What's going on, EDC people, and what is our journey today? The Wee Kitefin, obviously made by Wee Knives, parent company and more premium um, knife brand of Civivi. The Kitefin, I did find out on the website, they made reference to the name Kitefin, apparently is a sleek, deep sea dwelling shark. So if you were wondering what the hell is a kitefin, well, there you go. Lengths. Overall, you're looking at 7.5 inches, a blade of 3.25 inches, 2.75 of which is cutting because of the finger choil. The handle is 4.25 inches, and you're looking at a weight of 2.9 grams, or ounces rather. And I did freshly weigh it, so it came in at 2.889. The blade, the part that cuts, one of the most important parts, I guess, of a knife, is hollow ground CPM S35VN with a high, long top swedge, a flat with grind marks going horizontally to give it an added little touch of design. There's several variants of the Kitefin out there. Many have colors, have different patterns on them. This one is a more, plain old looking black titanium handle, which is fine. Looks very good. Clean knife, great design. The blade shape is incidentally quite similar to the Civivi, go figure, Backlash. Not as much attention to detail paid to the grind marks and things like that, but I'm just pointing out that the hollow and the flat and the swedge, they are pretty much the same, but considering it's the same company, there's not a whole ton of surprise there. In addition to that, the handle, if I didn't mention, is titanium and is 0.4 inches in width. This is a knife provided by Neeve's Knives for review or observation, whatever. And thank you very much, Jared and Kira. I will be coming back to you soon. So take a look at the jimping on the flipper tab. The pivot cover, I like the Wii logo because it's pretty unassuming. I mean, not many people, if you're not a knife person, would even know what it is or means. So it kind of just looks like a design. And on this variant, it keeps it looking really nice and plain and simple, which I think is what they were going for. The other side, you can see the frame lock. You also notice the hardware is got this brass kind of like hue to it. I'm trying to get the light to show you a little bit better. All the screws, including the clip screws and the cone holes they have on the clip, have that coloring on it, which is nice. The adjustable pivot screw on the reverse side has a, come on, focus with me, there we go. It's got like a rims going around it, going up, very nice. It's also got that same coloring. Same with the lock bar insert. It's got a steel lock bar insert and an over travel stop. If you notice there, it can't travel past that point, so you can't overextend the lock bar and bend it out too far. So and the insert itself is steel, so that it is steel on steel because the blade is steel, rather than titanium on steel, which would end up wearing it down. On some variations of the Kitefin, the 3-hole design on that clip is also shown on the show side. It is not on this one, however, I still think that it looks good regardless. I like you know, it's a nice thin knife. It's easy to hold in hand. You have a forward finger trode to creep up to, which is always nice. It also makes it very nice for sharpening because it gives you, you know, you don't have to deal with a whole lot of plunge, meaning that you can easily access the entire edge of the of the bevel, of the sharpening edge, when you're sharpening another knife. So those are all good things about this knife. Also, lockup. It has internal stopping pins on the blade right there, and on there you see those two silver things on each side. I'm trying to get the light to hit both of them. They're on both sides. You can see one shining right there. There's one on the opposite side. They run on a track built into the scale, and they stop right there. So you have the lock bar stopping it from closing. You have those two pins locked up here, so you have a nice blade lockup with no blade play at all. Do some comparisons. Take a look at the Spyderco Delica. Well, I have the Mannix right here, so we might as well just show off that. So you can see that in general, the overall length is closer to the Delica. The cutting edge, however, is actually not too far off from the Mannix. The Mannix coming in with a little bit longer of a cutting edge. The Delica is a little shorter. Handle is about the same length as the Delica, especially when you consider the higher arc in the Delica. Handle on the Mannix is longer. We'll do two more. We'll do a Civivi Elementum just to not do a Spyderco, and then we'll go back to a Spyderco and do the Para 3. So, blade length closer to the Elementum. Handle is shorter than the Elementums. With the Para 3, you've got more cutting edge on the Wii. In about the same length, however, a completely different design, so the ergonomics are going to be entirely different. Let's take some measurements real quick here. Well, I have my caliper out. I've already told you the width of the handle, basically 0.4 inches. Caliper, there it is. I'm going to measure the flat portion. 2.6 millimeters. Should be about the same right here at the beginning of the tutorial. 2.6 exactly. Yes, very good. 9.73 millimeters on the handle, which again is 0.38. I said 0.4, so whoops, 0.38. So there you go. Ergonomically, you know, in hand it's fairly neutral. It's a fair, you know, it's not, it feels like a handle, you know, type that I've held many times, I guess. Especially, you know, I've handled several knives at this point, I suppose, compared to your everyday person. And so, yes, I like that it's thin. I like the titanium. I like the coloring of the hardware. Let me try to show you the texturing slash tumbling or whatever of the titanium handle. I'm trying to get the light to work with me here. There we go. So you can see, I'm sure some of those are man-made, but otherwise it's kind of got a, I don't know if it's bead blasted or tumbled finish on the line, on the handle. It's not like powdery feeling. It is still kind of smooth feeling, so I do like that. I like that doesn't have that like chalky feel to it. Access to the lock bar, very good. And when you know exactly where to place your finger on the flipper tab and know that it's not a light switch but it is a push button, basically, the deployment is rapid and awesome because of the ceramic bearings. Now, I specified if you know where to put your finger, because it is also, I feel, you see this angled flat part here, and then the jimping. It's almost as if they wanted you to light switch it, but almost every time you try to light switch it in any way, you will fail. I'm sure that there's a rare time that you go harder or do it right that you get it, but it is much more likely to deploy and do it in rapid fashion when you do a push button. The Wii Kitefin comes in around $150, $160. Obviously, you're paying. It's a Wii, so you're paying for a good company, a good material, proven steel heat treat. And did I even mention that it's S35VN? So, with all that having been said, and the attention to detail paid on it, the lock bar insert, the over travel stop, the colorization, thinness in hand, quality of the materials, quality of the steel, hollow ground with the high flat horizontal grind marks. Little things such as the adjustable pivot screw having the collar that is how should I say, like pyramid cone shaped, I guess. The clip, obviously, it is reversible to be ambidextrous. However, being a frame lock, lefties know it's pretty tough. It's a tough life to be a lefty in the EDC world, I suppose. Now I have a piece of cardboard, and I'm going to try to attempt to show you this on camera, but it's not too easy. That hollow ground blade is like butter going through this cardboard. I mean, absolutely butter. It's absolutely a slicey knife. You can see yeah, it's no problem at all. I'm only going slow so I don't hit the backdrop, actually. And because I'm trying to do this through the camera, it's not a problem at all. And yes, this is regular thick cardboard. This is not some cereal box cardboard like I've used in the past. I actually had a box to cut up. Yay! Okay, all that having been said, this knife comes in around $150, $160. I don't think that's unreasonable considering the materials used. Buying from a manufacturer who makes fairly premium production knives. So I don't have a problem with that. Personally, my hand just, it doesn't do it for me as far as the ergos go. It feels like I have to go back here a lot and then it becomes not so comfortable, especially with that back deep carry clip. You know, if I choke forward, it's fine, the clip's fine, but then I'm on a real thin blade, and that's not so comfortable either for my finger, my pointer finger, or my thumb. That's that, and the simple fact that it's not, the deployment, for somebody who uses multiple knives and goes through multiple knives, you may often fail on this knife because you don't place your fingers in the right position. However, to the everyday person, that's not going to be a problem. In the end, what does it all boil down to? I think that the price point is fine because of the materials. I think that the geometry is right. You see how slicey it is. It's easy to sharpen. There's not much more I can say about this knife. It carries well. The only thing that concerns me, and always concerns me with knives like this, is in pocket. Not only is it titanium, but it's black, like coated titanium. So I always constantly worry that I'm going to make a scratch on it, and on a knife like this, a big old scratch right here, that's not how do I word this? Some people say scratches on knives just show love. It shows that the knife is used. Yeah, I agree with you there, especially on the blade. But on a handle like this, you really don't want a big scratch across it. So that didn't happen. I don't know how easy it is to make that happen, but that would be one of my concerns. Other than that, it's a fairly straightforward design. Backspacer, if I forgot to show you that. Flat screws. Now, I do like, obviously, that it's flat top screws as opposed to having big button screws up there ripping up at your pants. It is lefty friendly, as I said, with the ambidextrous pocket clip positioning. Tip up only, but that brings up the point of the pocket clip getting set into the scale. If this was a right hand only positioned pocket clip, the best option for me anyways would be to set it into the scale, because you get more stability and it just looks better. However, seeing as how it is ambidextrous and you can put it on this side, these two holes are as much as I want to see on the display side. You know what I mean? If there was a divot in the scale for the pocket clip, it would look totally different, especially, and then you'd have maybe a cover on it too, and it would kind of draw your eyes more towards the end of this knife than anything else, and that's not what you want to do. This is what's important. So I think it's a great knife in terms of actual EDC carrying, because it's lightweight, it's deep carry, it's premium parts, good company, great steel, good geometry. It doesn't fit my hand the best, and it's not the most comfortable for me, personally. But others love it, and that's fine. I think $160 for that is reasonable. I'll show you the action. Well, actually, let me start with. Yeah, you can see the plunge. They did a very good job, whether intentionally or not, for sharpening sake, because the plunge ends right here, but it makes it for a very thin area for your finger to touch. It's almost, that's really thin. So if you're gripping it really hard, you can gather what I'm saying. Now, action. You press it until the thumb tab or flipper tab hits your thumb, like most flipper knives, and then you either wiggle it down or you just push it in with your fingers. And there you go. I see I failed it right there. But that just reminds me quickly that I'm using this knife and that I need to do a better job or hold it in a different position. So all that having been said, I'm really nitpicking to tell you anything bad about it. It's an appealing knife as far as looks go, and the bottom line is, as a knife, it works pretty damn well. So that's my overview of the Wee Kitefin, short and sweet. Hey, you're watching EDC Journeys. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. I'm trying to grow so that I can my message can reach more people. I also would like to grow to 500 subscribers to do a giveaway, because at 500 subscribers I'm doing my next giveaway, and it will be a good one for 500 subscribers. So subscribe, like, hit the bell if you want in on this to know when I put out videos, if you like the content. Otherwise, don't. Anyways, have a great day, guys. It's a beautiful day in Vermont, and that's the Wee Kitefin. Thanks for tuning in to EDC Journeys for my overview of the Wee Kitefin. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit thumbs up if you liked it, and consider subscribing. Thank you.